Hi, this is Dave Cabellis. Today I'm going to talk to you about installing WebLogic 12.1.2 with the Oracle Universal Installer. To set some context, WebLogic Server is part of the set of products in Oracle Fusion Middleware that form the foundation for cloud infrastructures. We call this group of products the Cloud Application Foundation. Starting with the 12.1.2 release, all of these products use the same installation technology, which is the updated Oracle Universal Installer. And they use the same patching technology, OPatch. As a side note, there is a zip installer for development use cases, but I'm not going to cover that in this video. Installing WebLogic Server is still a simple process as it has been in previous releases. I think you'll see that by the end of this video. So let's just cover a few prerequisites. In WebLogic 12.1.2, we don't bundle a JDK with WebLogic Server, so you have to have a supported JDK already installed. You should also make sure that you are planning to install on a supported platform. You can see the list of supported platforms at the URL shown at the bottom of this slide. You also need to set some environment variables. You need to set the Java Home environment variable and then append the Java Home/bin directory to the front of the path variable. Okay, let's walk through an installation. The installer is a standard Java jar file, so we're going to use a standard Java jar command to launch the installer. We'll fast forward through this file extraction. When you install for the first time on a host machine, the installer will prompt you to create a global inventory where all Oracle products are registered. OPatch uses this global inventory and local inventories at each Oracle home directory for patch management. Click OK to continue and the WebLogic installer will open. Here's the welcome screen for the new installer. On this page, you can verify that you are installing the correct product and version. We know we're installing WebLogic 12.1.2. Click Next to continue. On the installation location page, you can define the Oracle home where you want to install WebLogic Server. An Oracle home is a directory where multiple Oracle products can be installed. I'm going to create a new Oracle home for this installation. Click Next and that will bring us to the installation type page. On the installation type, you can select from a few installation options. The WebLogic Server installation will install all of the WebLogic Server components along with TopLink and Coherence. It will not install the WebLogic or Coherence examples. If you select the Coherence installation option, it will install all of the Coherence components along with the WebLogic Server components that are necessary for running Coherence as managed Coherence servers. Managed Coherence servers is a new configuration option where Coherence servers and clusters can be managed within the WebLogic management infrastructure. Complete installation will install both WebLogic Server and Coherence and will also install the samples for both of those products. We're going to select Complete. I'll click Next, and that will bring us to the summary page. The summary page tells us what we're going to install. We're going to click Install. And we will fast forward through the installation of files and preparation on disk. One step to note is the generating library step. During this step, the installer generates some libraries that help server startup times. It also generates client libraries during this step. When all of the installation steps are complete, we'll click Next, and that'll bring us to the Installation Complete page. This page shows us details of the products that were installed. Take note of the Next Steps section here. The checkbox here indicates that we have selected to install product examples, and those examples now need to be configured before they can be used. That is, we have to create the various domains to host the examples. We'll use a slimmed down version of the configuration wizard called the Quick Start Configuration Wizard to do that configuration. If you clear this checkbox, you'll have to go back and configure the domains later. So we're going to leave it selected because we're going to configure those. Let's click Finish. And that will kick off the Quick Start Configuration Wizard. So we've laid down all the bits on disk, set things up. Now we're going to do the configuration aspect. So on this page, we have to enter a username and a password. This username and password will be used for all three of the samples domains that get installed with WebLogic. It also tells us the parent folder of these domains, and all of these are going to use the same listen ports as well. I'm just going to take the defaults for those. It's going to put them in a user projects folder. Okay, now that the configuration is complete, click Next. That brings us to the configuration success page. It tells us the URL for the admin servers for each of those domains. We can start one of the admin servers from here if we want. Let's say Finish, let that complete. So there you have it, a nice simple process for setting up WebLogic Server 12.1.2 using the Oracle Universal Installer. If you want to learn more about WebLogic 12.1.2, you can download, install, and kick the tires yourself. You can also join the WebLogic community through the various different channels listed here, through Twitter, Facebook, our blog, through our YouTube channel, and through our developer webcast series. Thanks for listening.